Sacrifice a creature. Helena and Alina is gone again. Sack the egg. Make the zombie. Double draw. Create a 4/4 as well through the egg. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having just a magical day. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Free to play, standard, best of one. Could you be happier? Well, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite type of Magic the Gathering arena content is, and I'll do my best to create some of that in the future. However, like I said, today we're back to our roots, supporting the beginner player base. People who are brand new to the game, providing them with new competitive decks to focus on without draining all of their wild cards. We've got a Dimir Aristocrats, Dimir Zombies, I don't really know what you want to call it, Dimir Transformation maybe. It's up in the air. I'm calling it Egg. This is a Dimir Egg, and it is great. Free to play artisan, 0 rares, 0 mythics, only commons and uncommons in the build. Dimir is the color combination, of course, if you're unfamiliar, of black and blue, typically more of a control mid-range build, and that's exactly what we're focused on here. This is a dirty mid-range deck. Not looking to go, to turn 12, but really that turn 6 to 8 is really the sweet spot for us. In today's video, we'll break down the deck list, talk about the strategies and synergies in depth, what cards are included within them, etc., etc., showcasing and demonstrating all of this afterwards in the gameplay footage for you, and then wrapping up with our final thoughts, deck review, and the newest segment, Card of the Day. And we've got an absolute heater for you to wrap up today's video. So thank you all again. I really do appreciate it. Slam that thumbs up button to help support, my financial base, and subscribe to the channel if you're looking forward to seeing more cool decks just like this, because we're gonna be unrolling, or maybe not unrolling, rolling out a bunch of free-to-play decks. I've got 4 new free-to-play decks. This is the first one, so buckle up, get ready, and without further ado, let's take a look at the deck. All right, here we are. Egg. For those who know, they know. This is a Dimir black and blue free-to-play artisan build. We've got an average mana value of 2, 16 creatures to our 24 non-creatures, and 20 lands in the deck. Don't worry, we do work our way up to 24 with the Malakar's Rebirth and the Walrus Disruption. Both of these are module cards, in which they'll act both as a land coming in tapped or that instant or sorcery spell. In this case, they're both instant, which is really nice. So Walrus Disruption counters, and the Rebirth will allow a creature to come back into play, which is really nice for the paying of 2 life and 1 mana, I suppose. This is all very well because we're running a lot of sacrifice effects in the deck. First off, Eaten Alive as removal. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice a creature or pay an additional 4 for a total of 5 to exile target creature or planeswalker. Now, this is really easy for us to sacrifice our own creatures because we'll be making them first and foremost through the Ghoulish Procession for 2 and enchantment. And whenever 1 or more non-token creatures dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. This ability only triggers once each turn. So this includes your own creatures and your opponent's creatures, which is really nice. So make sure that every turn, yours and your opponent's one creature is dying to get the most value out of the procession. You'll also have the ability to stack this as it is a non-legendary, which is really, really cool here, right? So, making sacrifice dummies or tokens through the procession, right? And then, using Eaten Alive, sacking that zombie with decay to remove your opponent's creature. Fairly easy, but let's just get right to it. I know the Egg, you're so excited for it. Biolume Egg and the Biolume Serpent. I actually can't believe more people aren't playing this card. A 0/4 with Defender for 3. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. Pretty good value here. And whenever you sacrifice it, return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. It transforms into a 4/4 in which you can sacrifice 2 islands that are already tapped to have it be unblockable, so that's great. And again, you can sacrifice the Egg a litany of ways through not only Eaten Alive, which we talked about, but we also have Deadly Dispute. Instant speed for 2 is an additional cost to cast this spell. Sacrifice a creature or artifact, and you'll create a treasure and draw 2 cards, which is really nice. You also have the Ecstatic Awakener for 1. You can pay 3 to sacrifice another creature, draw a card, and then transform it. Activate only once each turn. It as well transforms into a 4/4. That's very, very good for a free-to-play build. 4/4 for 1 mana is incredible. Moving on from there, gaining value from all of those sacrifices, from the deaths, much like Ghoulish Procession is the Morbid Opportunist for 3, a 1/3, and whenever one or more creatures die, you're going to draw a card, and this ability triggers only once each turn. Very, very, very good. Keep in mind, this includes tokens. When your tokens die, you get to draw. Procession does not include tokens, right? It's whenever one or more non-token creature dies. So just something to have in the front of your mind. We have removal and disruption. Flip the switch for 3 instant speed, counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. Create a 2/2 zombie with decay. Poison the cup, destroy target creature. If the spell was foretold, scry 2. Foretell for 2, organically costing 3. Corpse Cobble, one of my favorite cards in the deck for 2 instant speed. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice any number of creatures. Create an XX blue zombie creature token with menace, where X is the total power of those sacrificed creatures. Flashback for 5, which is quite interesting as well. So making a ton of zombies through the procession, drawing a bunch of cards through the opportunist, and then because the zombies have decay, and we'll demonstrate this in today's gameplay footage, you can attack with them in full control, get that combat damage, and before they self-sacrifice, you can use that instant speed interaction, whether it be the Corpse Cobble to sack them all to create a massive zombie with menace, or, you know, just single-handedly, there's Deadly Dispute to get you through one of them. There's the Awakener as well that can grab that at instant speed, which is quite nice. So a few different ways to sacrifice your creatures. And again, circling back to the beginning, we have the Rebirth. And if you're playing this on one of your creatures that gets sacrificed, lose 2 life, bring that creature back into play and you can sacrifice it again later, which is a ton of fun. We have the Delver of Secrets in here. You know, it's a really good body for 1. If you reveal an instant or sorcery off the top of your library at the beginning of your upkeep, you can transform it into a 3/2 with flying. If not, it's a pretty nice sacrifice target for you there as well. Really focusing on getting the 4/4s in play, going really wide, and just outvaluing your opponent through the draws, you know, through those zombies going wide, right? And then if they try to interact with you at all, you're gaining more value through their interaction than they would through things like the Cobble and the Dispute. 10 lands of each. Fairly consistent. There's the Treasure here through the Dispute, which should fix your mana base as well. And again, the only double color spell we have is the Cup Poison. However, we can foretell that to get around it, which is pretty cool. So if you have any comments and questions about this deck, don't hold back. Leave them down below in the comments, and myself and the community will do our best to help you you know, thrive with this deck, because, you know, as a artisan build, I don't think it gets much more competitive than this, honestly. 0 rares, 0 mythics, and the synergies and the value that those synergies provide, absolutely incredible, right? So I hope the newer player base has some fun with the free-to-play decks that I've been creating. Again, this is the first of 4 brand new decks, and, you know, we've been doing decks, you know, a couple times a month for the free-to-play or beginner side of the community as well, just to keep things fresh, allow you to play different styles of decks, you know, to complete those quests and keep farming and growing your collection, right? So with that being said, thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed at least somewhat, maybe found it entertaining, LOL, and make sure to like the video to support me and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of me on your YouTube feed. And yeah, let's get into today's gameplay. All right, keeping this hand, I like it. Turn 1 is great. Turn 2 is more awkward than it should be. I guess we could go for it, but I'd really like to hold on till we get the draw engine active. I mean, it gives us a response if they try to deal with it. Of course, we go Dispute over Cobble. Cobble's really only for decay. Yeah, I mean, they're playing Naya, which is really good. Whoops, wrong card. Cancel. That's not the opportunist. Sometimes I'm glad that the cancel is an option. Other times it's not an option. Like, you can't back out of something. Whoa. Okay. Nice one, Arena. That's really cool. BEA Beautiful. Just a small indie company. No problems here. No. You respond. Well, I mean, the deck's so good it broke the client. Just throw that back open real quick. LOL. And we're back in play. Watch it still locked up. That'd be great. If you ever have problems, you know, just close your client, open it up again. And here we are. Get that land out. Egg. They killed our opportunist with a fateful absence. That's what we missed. Land goes. And, no attacks, chillin', and turn. We can sack the egg with the Awakener. We could also Deadly Dispute it. The Deadly Dispute might be better, but having a pair of 4/4s against them, you know, an aggro-based deck may be good. Angel Fire Ignition. Holy Toledos. Holy Toledos. Cleric class. They're really laying it on us. Beep boop bop. Let's make a pair of 4/4s. We get the draw. That's not bad. Let's swing for 4. They don't deal with it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we're chilling, right? At this point, you know, we've got 2 4/4s in play. Corpse Cobble becomes more relevant. You know, that's going to make an 8/8 with Menace. Okay. They've not gained more than 4 life this turn. So we have the ability to remove it. Our turn, let's sack the clue. Draw 2, make a treasure. Take our turn. Land out. We 100% need to remove this. Right? So it's Awakener and Eaten Alive to kill it. We should Opportunist first. For the draw, or we're holding up a counter spell. But I think the draw might be better. Draw or counterspell, draw or counterspell. Unless they pay 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, they could probably get around it. Watch us get burned by this. Awakener in play. And I guess we could have just paid 4 originally. But this way we get to draw, which is pretty cool. The Awakener goes. We get a draw, which I like. More removal, that's pretty cool. And I guess we can foretell this with the available mana. And we're swinging for 8. That's a big hit. Decent. Down to 14. We are, you know, super vulnerable here. They may even field wipe. I don't know. Another cleric's class, whatever. Don't care. I mean, it's pretty good. It can bring things back from the grave. But we did kind of exile our Harbinger. And they've lost access to their Angel Fire because it went into exile from the Scalds. Land in play. Do we just kill it and then swing in? Let's see if they're going to do anything weird. Let's swing for 8. Well, we can straight up just counter this because we don't want our Opportunist to die. No blocks, that's fine. And turn, they're down to 6. You know, we have removal. We have the Cobble if they're targeting any of our creatures, and also the Dispute, so I think we're good. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 available mana. They could play to 8 potentially. They spend 4 on the class. And here's a Core Celebrant. That spends all their mana. So let's kill the Innkeeper. 2 lands go. We get the draw. It's an egg. Beautiful. They're gonna counter up. Put a land in. Corpse Cobble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. That's an 11/11 with Menace. Let's go. Tell me that wasn't fun. On the draw, loved the hand. Simba, you're not allowed on top of my computer. You've got big paws and you always press the power button. Get! Get! I'm gonna get you out of there. Make the cat a basket. You sacrifice all of this clean laundry of yours for the cat. And they're like, you know what? Actually, now that I've got the laundry dirty, I've been thinking a lot about the computer. So what are they doing here? They're doing some stuff. We got, oh, wow. Okay. Definitely foretelling this. If for one, we need removal, because that's a big boy. Wow. Wow. Simba? He jumped right back up there. What a little jerk. Now you're locked down. You're not going nowhere. Nor do I really want to hold on to you too tight because you shed so much. He's like, well, then you should bath me more, man. Brush me down, baby. Okay, we finally get to transform, which we had the other end. And we do have removal, thankfully. We could Delver sack it for the draw, or just take the easy road out, play another Delver. Cat lands. I wouldn't mind the secondary island, if I'm being honest. Draw that right now. Delver out. Let's hit for 4. I mean, that's pretty cool. We're doing stuff. End turn. Mitigating a cat while we create high quality YouTube content. So many times has he shut my computer off while I'm recording, while I'm on stream. It's like, okay, well, there goes that. Oh, another transform. You just cannot keep this Delver away. Land out. I mean, we should hold up the counter magic, though, almost, right? Let's foretell the cup. End turn. Pulling up, flip the switch. We also have Deadly Dispute at sorcery speed, if they're going to remove something. Yes. Don't think so. We make the zombie here. And the egg is in play. Both of these can go. Well, the rebirth maybe stays. We go in full control. We attack. Full control for the decay token. We deal our damage, and now before the sacrifice, we slay the decay token. Full control's off. I don't know if you need full control. I always just like to be safe, though. Especially when you're learning. And then if you're always doing it, then it's never a problem. So, treasure out. Let's play the Awakener. They're done with it. Good game. I get it. Just like to play the deck as effectively as I can. Get the most value out of the play lines. And sometimes that requires weighing a couple different options. And, you know, that computation times, it's there. Opponent goes first. I like that we have turn 2 Procession. But it's like, what else are we doing? What if we draw more land? But the land is there, and that's the first and foremost thing we need. Because it's better than having nothing. We have so much land that I may hold Wari up. Okay, gaining 2 life. Discarding 2 cards. If they do, draw 3. So they have an Elementalist engrave. Interesting. Land out past turn. Disruption's active. Ooh, playing around it. Nice. My turn. Land out past turn. Still holding disruption. They can have it. It's not like, you know, it's less than ideal, but I'm not going to counter it. And I know that us countering on this turn isn't like unlikely also, but at the same time, I'd rather risk it for the biscuit. Taking the damage to 16. Turn. So now we make the judgment call. Procession out. Land and tapped. Pass turn. Next turn we have the Opportunist. And Malakar's Rebirth it. Wari's Disruption. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Cat. So, you know, this is weird, but I still think I want a Delver here. We could just straight up exile. Like, should we just get after it and deal with the Phoenix? I almost think we should. I want to protect it with a Rebirth, but at the same time, it's just like, go for it. We could have went for it if we tapped. Actually, no, then we wouldn't have been able to play it. It's a good card. Pass turn. What if they play something even better than the Phoenix? I mean, it's only dealing 2 damage. We can block the Professor. You get a draw and a zombie here. So that's not bad. So they're returning instant or sorcery from their grave to their hand, which I assume is play with fire. And then they're going to fire the Opportunist to 0. That's okay, right? We have Rebirth here. Losing life's not great. We just need to really take control of the field state here. Egg in play. Land goes. Eaten alive. Sack a creature. Exile a Phoenix. Egg goes. This is going to turn into a 4/4. We also draw a card, make a zombie. And turn. No attacks. We're playing defensively. It's not great. 4/4's back. Maybe we can burn their hand out. Oh no. Another instant or sorcery from their graveyard to their hand. For the play with fire. That'd be the 3rd time they've cast that. No attacks. Let's just dispute the zombie. Take a draw. Draw 2 more from the dispute. Make a treasure. Decline. LOL. Land and play. Egg out. Scry the land away. Eaten alive the flyer. Stack the egg. It comes back as a 4/4. We make a zombie. We draw a card. We remove their creature. I'm still a little worried. Might just hold up this counter magic, which gives us 1 mana through the treasure, which is just a Delver. I'm going to swing in with the Serpent. The Opportunist has already drawn this turn, so the Decay can sit back for a Corpse Cobble. Another 4/4 in play, and we are, you know, accumulating value. I'm just worried about the burn. This is pretty good. We could have tried to counter it, and they would have tapped out. But this is much better. Make another zombie here. They only have 1 mana. They've not played a land this turn. They could. Oh, no transform. That would have been sick. Would have been cool, man. Would have been cool. So Opportunist out. And then we go in full control. All attacks. Decay triggers. And because we're in full control, we Corpse Cobble before they self-sack. Big damage here. Auto pay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just do the 3. We double draw. We still have mana. Full control off. End of combat. The Decay now triggers. Do I need to kill this thing? I don't think so. End turn. I'll hold on to it for next turn. Maybe there's something bigger and badder to remove. We might get this. Oh, we should have removed it. So we stop 3 of the damage, which means they're dealing 3. We're down to 3. Hopefully that's not 3 damage for 2 mana. We make a zombie, we draw. They're at 9, they tap out. They could play this land again, they'll have 1 mana. 9 life, up to 11. Take our turn. Please transform. No! Decline. Decline. So sad. So sad. We could just pay extra for this, I guess. Right? We don't want to lose a creature. We want all of the attacking power, right? So we make a zombie. We get a draw. We smash. So much damage. They almost had us. That Angel Fire was nice. And we chose not to remove the creature too, which would have been cool. But, you know, I'm loving this deck. It's pretty good value. Alrighty, going first and better hand than most, really. Turn 1 Delver. Turn 2 Delver with Eaten Alive as an option, but I doubt it. Right? We don't really want to use that at all. Ooh, it's a decline. I might even just Procession now, as it uses all of our mana. Watch the Delver reveal itself here and transform. Death Touch. It doesn't, so we don't get punished. That's kind of nice. Land out. Opportunist in play. No attacks. Delver eaten alive. Take the draw. Make a zombie, I guess, right? We just have to balance those poison counters. And there's only 4 of them. We have plenty of removal. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sivella, the Ice Shaper. No blocks. Getting hit for that poison counter. No reveal. Never is. We could just pay 4. Keep the Delver alive. We would still get the draw. I think that might be beneficial. Right, there's no egg to sacrifice. Oh, it's 5. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. For an additional 4. Oh, Bard's class out. That's really good. Please transform. Negative. Land out. I think we really just need to kill Finn, though, don't we? What if they play something better than Finn? I also wouldn't mind the double draw. We have defenders. The draw is better than anything, right? And, you know, it's not like we're sitting at 8 poison counters, 4 life. I'm pretty sure we can just sit here. Take our time. Set up our play line to be the most effective. Might want to kill her. We'll take a double draw here. We also make that zombie. Land. LOL. We do transform right after we lose the first one. LOL. Land out. We just kill Helena and Alina. Straight up. Get out of here. That's a double draw with a zombie token generated. There's another Delver. You can go out, and we still have Walrus Disruption. That's quite nice. We hit for 3. BEA beautiful. Another. Dang. Okay. Helena and Alina is a good card. Like Luminarch Aspirant, but better. Putting at least 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature each combat, and it's growing in power as well. It's like the Luminarch Aspirant only ever puts a +1/+1 counter on it. This can put 2, it can go to 3, like go really as high as its own power. Which is incredible. And it also gives out haste, right? So creatures played after Helena and Alina, of course, before combat, get quite a buff. I like the zombies and the draw. They have reach. So, you know, gonna sack that Delver. Zombies can't block, of course, anyways, and I don't really want to lose a draw engine through the Opportunist. This double draw is gonna win us the game. Egg. Beautiful. I love to see the egg be activated. It's in play. And then we'll still have flip the switch as an availability, which is quite cool. Imagine losing to an egg. Scry 2 is pretty cool. Land goes, another egg. Yes. Found a whole crate of them down by the bridge. Sacrifice a creature. Helena and Alina is gone again. Sack the egg. Make the zombie. Double draw. Create a 4/4 as well through the egg. Flip the switch on the shock. That's another zombie. We get a decent draw here. And, ooh, wow, we're really cooking here. We could attack with all of the 2/2s. It's not lethal yet, though, so I'd rather just let it sit there in case we can draw a Corpse Cobble or, you know, Deadly Dispute, one of them. Or take lethal, right? Helena and Alina, LLC, attorneys at law. Would you have it any other way? Demon Bolt on the Serpent. Spent the majority of their mana. Another zombie. Double draw. Orbit Opportunist with the Ghoulish Procession. Just cannot be beat. So good. Especially when we start running all those 4/4s alongside it. Going first, a little slow. But that's fine, I think. Wari out. Procession active. Egg on deck. And then we remove and make a 4/4. Okay. Egg. Scry 2. Land can go. Delver can stay. If we're looking for a land, it should be a blue source or an island. Having good posture is literally the hardest thing. I read some comments on Reddit the other day. It was like, you're spending 100% of your time standing, sitting, or sleeping, so you best do them correct. It's like, oh man, I don't do any of those things correct. Okay. So let's sack the egg. Make a zombie. Draw 2, create a treasure. Delver in play. Wari in play as our second blue source. I'm going to go in with a second Delver, and, you know, we basically pray that they transform. The egg is back over. There's a lot of meat in the seats if we can convert and dodge the field wipes. They probably run Meat Hook. We are in Standard, no Divine Purge. No Sanguine Brushstroke for the Blood Artist. However, Meat Hook is just good enough to get the job done. That's their 4th land. There it is! Meat Hook for 2, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't see that coming. We do get a zombie. They're gonna have us lose life, and they'll gain a little bit of life. Da, 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 da. Get another egg out. Opportunist stays, land goes. Awakener out as well. Keep the decay back. Have Corpse Cobble. We should make the most out of it. We will lose a life. Not great. And that was a token, so we don't get the zombie, is the thing. So it's a good matchup for our opponent. They have plenty of cards in hand. 6 cards in hand. 4 land in play. They have the availability to have the 5th enter. Which makes me nervous. Right? They're playing really good cards. Rares, mythics. That's all they have in their deck. So they're getting 2 2/2s here because of the transformation. Morbid out. Eaten alive. Sacks the egg. Killing the token feels, you know, absolutely horrid, but it is what it is. They're going to gain life. We'll make a zombie. We draw a card. We kill their creature. And we actually get a land. I guess that's helpful. The 4/4 swings. I'm sure there's just a block here. We're going to lose life, and we'll create a another 4/4 here. So as long as there's not a secondary hook... Ooh. Are they copying our Opportunist? You dog. Nice. They've not played a land, so they could play to 2 mana, which, you know, kind of activates a little bit of the removal that they could have. It's so cold in here today, you guys. I'm freezing. There's the land. And they push up to the class. Looking at the top 3. 1 into the hand, rest in grave. Another 2/2. So, kind of weird. Five attacks. Throw control on. Blocking the Serpent. We can transform the Awakener if they block it. Okay. So let's transform. Sack the one that they would block and kill. We each get a draw. So sad. They gain life. We are now a 4/4 though. And draw a card from that ability. We take our smack down. And then we Deadly Dispute, I believe. Because I don't want to, you know, make a big corpse. Or we let it die and we hold up the cobble. Nah, let's get as much value as we can. Watch them. If they field wipe, it's no good either, though, right? Like, we would just make 1 creature for them to wipe instead of 2. And, you know, it is active again here through that land draw, which is deadly. That's really cool stuff. Hollowed Haunting is good. Down to 2 mana, they could play to 3. They have 1 blocker right now. We could make a pretty hefty zombie. Not big enough, but start. If they interact with us, for sure. Yeah, they're gonna try. Mana value 3 or less. They can grab anything they want. All right, let's cobble it up. They are tapped. But I think the other 2 can stay. Just so we're not concentrating our value for a single target removal. Right, like if they circled an 11/11, that's not great for us. We draw, they gain life, we each draw so they get theirs. Circle fizzles, but they do get the trigger on the Haunting. I guess playing another Procession's good if they want to field wipe. Dang, man. Spirits are 4/4 now. And they have Flying and Vigilance. This is getting out of hand. Hit for 2 down to 14. Right, we're going to lose an additional life. And they make a token and they push all of the other creatures up. Yikes. They have so many blockers now, right? Procession out, and we don't have any reach. So we're dead in the water here. Right, we're just dead. They're hitting us for 16 in the air, which we can do nothing about. Let's just swing in for fun. So sad. Good game. It was a good game. I had fun. You know, it just didn't roll our way. Like, this Hallowed Haunting is good. And there's a lot of really good cards here. They have so many rares and mythics in play. That is kind of ridiculous. Woof. A lot of value exchange here, right? We're gonna make 2 tokens. We get to draw a card, which is nice. And then there's the decay, and that's gonna be it, right? Because we don't have any plays here. Blue mana, bounce all your opponent's creatures for 2. That would be great. But yeah, just getting bashed in the air here, and that's never great. All right, keeping 6 here, I guess, and throwing a single island away, or the cobble, actually. I'm thinking, man, I'm just thinking about my trash hand. Give me a sec. Hey, it gets a little bit better. It's a little bit better. And let's throw that swamp out into the Ghoulish Procession. You know, we don't have much value, so we need to take what we can get. I'll trade. You know, it's not going to get better for us. It is not going to get better. It would have transformed. LOL. My bad. Procession out. Okay, so we actually gave them access to that. This is our bad. We may have punted this match. It's a beginner deck. It's meant to be punted. Like, who can punt the hardest? They're going to force a sacrifice, right? They're going to sack the pest. We do get a zombie out of it, though, I suppose. Saruf. Nice. I like that, man. I really like that. So Saruf can actually exile the Delver now, too. If we had the right land, that is. Yeah, we're screwed because this takes a black source. Land out. Or tell over. This goes to a 4 next turn. And it also exiles us. Let's take our damage. It's the beginning of their upkeep. So we set a stop. Pass. And we remove Saruf. And then there'll be no counters on it. As it resolves, there'll be no counters. They're gonna dispute it. So we don't get the scry. We do get the zombie still. They draw 2, make a treasure. And that keeps, you know, everybody alive. Domnathia. Oh, nice. Calling Ritual in the house. Now we have a community member who absolutely loves Calling Ritual. So they're going to be pleased to see that. We get the second swamp, cool beans, but we're out of cards, right? We're not going anywhere from here. Hit for 3. Hey, that is good though. Try 2. Poison the Cup definitely stays. Disruption can go. Pass turn. Resolve. Getting hit for 6. I'm scared. Kill the cup. We slay the egg. It comes back as a 4/4 at next end step, which is, you know, literally right now. Huh? No, it's we have to do it before the end. Oh, it's at the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end, not the end of the end. So let me foretell with blue. Egg back. Kill the flyer. Take our scry. Egg can stay. We have no other sack outlet. Egg should go because we don't have the sack outlet. They draw. Land out. Oh, we just immediately kill it. They could deadly dispute it. They don't. Nice. Our turn. We should have kept the egg. Dang it. The Awakener can draw off the Serpent if they're going to interact with it, which they could have done there before it entered. They're 24, we're at 6. Wow, they just keep laying it on. Getting hit for 3 here. Do I sack the Serpent for the draw? I think I have to. Good game. We don't get it. Counter my own spell. Yes! Alrighty then. I actually do not mind this deck. I think the 4/4s that we can create out of thin air are incredibly competitive. You know, the Awakener, the Egg, with the added value or synergy of the Procession and the Opportunist, it's pretty ridiculous, right? And especially when we have stuff like Eaten Alive, which just piles on top of that, adding, you know, so much consistency through the removal while supporting the synergies. It's beautiful. What cards did I miss, though? Are there any other artisan cards, you know, the commons, the uncommons that belong in this deck that I may have overlooked? Please let me know in the comments below, because, you know, not only myself, but the whole community will be very grateful if you can improve this deck at all. I doubt it, though. Try your best. However, if you are looking to improve it with some rares, some mythics, some wild cards, we've got something here for you. And you might not be too pleased with what I have to say, but you save your rares and mythics for tier 1 meta decks. However, you can complete and improve the consistency of some of your decks through the land base primarily. The Clearwater Pathway is a must-have, 4 copies of this. The Shipwreck Marsh is also a must-have, 4 copies of that. That will improve your win rate through that land consistency, like we mentioned. You can also go crazy with Loath the Spider Queen. Now, this is a safe mythic to spend because it's played in so many decks. It's going to make those token creatures, which, you know, we're benefiting from, the deaths of them. We can use them as sacrifice components as well. And then the Meat Hook Massacre, right? This is going to deal chip damage, gain us life for that survivability, which is nice. And we have a ton of those death effects happening. So that should be a fairly good card in the build as well, without draining those important wild cards on, you know, maybe some more, you know, awkward cards that would go great in the deck, but don't perform consistently across the meta, right? We want you to be spending those wild cards on the cards that you can play in multiple decks, right? So with this out of the way, let's move in to card of the day. Boom. And that's not what we want. This is, though. All right, we have Zaganos, God of Revels, pardon my pronunciation, for 5. This is a 6/5 with indestructible, and as long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, it's not a creature. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and gets +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is that creature's power. Very, very cool. Ramping into this bad boy for a 6/5 indestructible, of course, you do have to have that devotion to 7, which is fairly high. But as we remember from the most recent trip to the Theros plane, the indestructible gods are so good, they must be exiled. And, you know, at the beginning of combat on your turn is going to trigger whether or not the God of Rebels is a creature or just an enchantment, right? Which is really cool. So that haste +X/+X reminds me of Helena and Alina. However, those counters stay, these ones don't. But just a magical card. It's worth $15 as well. 34 or 41 as a high for a foil market price, which is pretty cool. Looking at the art from Jason Chan, so many beautiful pieces here as well, which is pretty dang deadly. And then more importantly than this, I guess, is the version that I have here. Ta-da! We got a camera set up for our cards so we can kind of get a better view of them rather than me, like, you know, holding them up in front of the camera here, which I can still do if you're interested, right? Ooh, look at that glare. But of course, Titan Shield hooking us up with the protection products available within our Linktree link. If I can try to line that up again for you guys. You know, Theros was one of the first sets where I actually started buying a ton of cards. And, you know, we've got a Theros box, and it was the beginning of, I think, my collecting addiction. Not too early in comparison to some of the Magic collectors, but, you know, it was to the point where, you know, you got a job, you're out of high school, and it's like, okay, I can waste my money now. And this is what we did, right? So, Zaganos, God of Rebels, card of the day. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a magical day yourselves. That's the most important thing to me, as always. And we'll catch you soon in the next.